very touching that you're sharing your time with us. I know you guys are very busy with many other commitments and it's hard to get yourselves out, especially with the traffic now and the Christmas rush. Let me share with you, since you watched the video, um, the night that my dad decided to announce that he was running for president, nobody actually knew the night before, not even my mom. I guess there were like a few political organizers that he spoke with, but it wasn't really definite in our minds if he was going to do it or not. The very next day, at around, I think, very early in the morning, I don't remember anymore, but my dad had just showered and he was getting ready to leave. And he was putting his socks on and I asked him, "So are you really going to file today? Or are you really going to declare, rather, that you're going to run for president?" And his answer was just like, "Yes." It was more like, normally you'd be like, "Yes, or yes, today I will do it." It was like he had so much weight to carry. He wasn't happy at all. And why even do it, right? So I'm like, "Are you sure?" And it's like, "Yeah, yeah." He was determined. He was sure, but he wasn't exactly happy. And that's exactly the tone of FPJ in his campaign. There's a quote in a movie. If you guys are vloggers, you probably watch a lot of movies. Oh yeah, Joanna Buiser. Hello. One of my favorites. It's Senator Cheese's office. Well, no, actually, you're a friend of Senator Cheese. Sorry for saying. One of the things that in a movie that was mentioned is that if you know that you have the capability to do something good, then it is not a privilege for you. It is an obligation. And I think this is what was running in the mind of FPJ. As my son said, he played the hero in all of these movies. He defended the poor, he fought with all the goons, he fought the mysterious Lizardo in Panday. In real life, he actually helped in his personal capacity without publicizing. One time I was in Punta Fuego swimming, and then one of the waiters approached me when we went to shore and said, "Alam niyo po ma'am, yung isang eskwelahan dito, yung daddy mong nagpagawa. Nung hindi pa, wala pang Punta Fuego dito." Another instance, the NPAs in, I forget exactly what province, my dad built several deep wells in the mountains. It doesn't matter, he didn't choose who to help. That was my dad. So I think when the challenge was there was a president who was so powerful, a sitting president was so powerful, nobody could possibly defeat her because of her machinery. People convinced my father that he should probably give it a try because of his popularity, it would be very difficult to cheat him. And yet it happened. So why are we here tonight? I'm sure a lot of people are saying, "Oh, nakikikarga ka lang sa popularidad ng tatay mo." Hindi ko naman talaga pinagkakaila. Na kaya lang naman ako nakarating sa narating ko ay dahil sa alaala ng aking ama at sa popularidad ng aking ina. Hindi din naman ako makukonsidera sa MTRCB kung hindi nila alam ang naging tulong ng mga magulang ko sa industriya. Pero kung yung ibang pera, kung ibang tao ang kapital nila ay pera at makinarya, ang kapital ko ay ang alaala ng mga magulang ko na hindi ko naman din pwedeng iwaldas, na kailangan ay punuan ko. Kaya simple man ang naging posisyon ko bilang MTRCB chief, sa aking abot kaya ay ginawa kong matino ang aking pagpapalakad. Katulong na rin ng napakagagaling na board members katulad ni Attorney Toto Villarreal na malay natin, di ba? Tapos nandiyan din, syempre, si Attorney Del Prado na tumutulong din sa atin. At saka syempre si Board Member Manny Buising. Si Board Member Manny Buising, Palangka Awardee yan. Si Attorney Toto naman, entertainment lawyer at marami talagang nagagawang mga advokasya. Si Attorney Boyet naman, board member ng Inter-Country Adoption Board, na hindi sinasadya, pero naging malapit kami. So maraming mga bagay-bagay. Ngayon, actually, kabado ako na mag-meet sa mga vloggers kasi yung mga vloggers talaga yan, alam mo pa paano ko nalaman yung importansya ng vloggers? Nangyari yan nung nangyari ang Willing Willy episode. Huwag na ninyo isulat ha, Willing Willy. Hindi bale, okay lang. Kakaumpisa lang namin sa board nun eh. Biglang nangyari yung Willing Willy. So ito na, nagte-text na sa akin kung sino-sino, galit na galit. Kung kami lang, kunyari MTRCB lang, tinawag namin yung network at sinabi namin, meron kayong penalty. Sa tingin niyo matatakot sila sa amin? Hindi. Ano ang kakaibahan ng MTRCB ngayon at noon? Ang pagkakaiba ay ang social media. Dahil pag nagkakaroon ng violation ng isang network, pag tinatawag namin sila para sa conference, ganyan kakabal ang feedback galing sa viewers. At dahil yan kila Gang Badoy, yung mga grupo na yan na nagbablog talaga, at saka yung mga concerned citizens na nag-email sa amin. So ngayon, para bang, ito, hindi lang kami to ha, representation ito ng contemporary Filipino cultural values and opinions. Lahat yan. So ngayon, iniisip nila, teka muna, yung Willing Willy, ganyan ang nangyari. Ang daming nagalit sa social media. Anong sinabi nila? Naku, wala yan, kasi mga middle class lang yan. Hindi naman yan yung mga taong nanonood ng Willing Willy. Pero alam nyo, ang middle class man, upper class, lower class, ngayon merong direct reference ang advertisers. Nakikita nila na nagagalit ang mga tao at ayaw naman nila na masangkot ang kanilang produkto. Kaya biglang nag-pull out at sila mismo ang nag-self-regulate because the advertisers themselves signified dismay over that episode. But that was prompted by, first and foremost, replies from social media sites. Ladies and gentlemen, the type of journalism we have now is participative. In the past, before, people would dialogue in coffee houses, in Britain, in the US. That's how they started. Here in the Philippines, in houses of prominent families, in sari-sari stores. And then came print media. After print, where they gave away leaflets and flyers, we had mass printing, newspapers, later on magazines, which eventually, there's broadcast radio, and then after that, television. Each time it progressed, up until television, it was very one-sided. I am the broadcaster, and I give you my opinion, you listen to me. But with the emergence of social media, we've seen the rapid response of listeners. And that was proven starting with the Jasmine Revolution in Tunisia. We've realized the importance of social media when a college graduate who couldn't find a job resorted to selling fruits on the side of the road, and he was accosted by policemen and he was driven away from his spot. What did he do to protest? He burned himself. And that sparked so much sympathy from the people in Tunisia that they started going through social media to protest. That brought down the government. Later on, that passion, that fire spread to Egypt, to Libya, and then now, precariously, Syria is in the same situation. So, we never now underestimate the power of social media. There are 29 million Facebook users in the Philippines. Granted, yung iba doon, yung mga mommy na gumagawa ng account para sa 5-year-old kid nila na may Facebook account. Pero can you imagine if all 29 million in Facebook responded and voted in this coming elections? That would make a candidate win. So really, it's very important. And through Facebook also, you see a lot of people, I guess, gaining popularity. But my appeal to you, and not necessarily to you here, but to everyone using social media, is to be responsible. Because we have freedom of expression, artistic freedom, not yet freedom of information, but we have to be accountable for what we do. We cannot just lambast a person, use a pseudonym, and then not be accountable for it. Stand up for what you believe in, whether it's social media. Anonymity can only go so far if you want to gain credibility. So stake your claim. That's exactly what my dad did. He tried. Hindi siya pinala dahil siguro may plano pa ang Diyos. Pero ano naman ang magagawa ko? Tanong ninyo, anong magagawa ko? Kung bilang anak ni FPJ, may alam ba ako? Ang kaibahan namin ni FPJ ganito, siya ay naulila ng batang-bata, kaya hindi siya nakatapos sa kanyang pag-aaral. At 12 years old, wala na siyang tatay, 14 nagtrabaho na siya. Dahil sa kanyang pagsisikap, napag-aral niya lahat ng kapatid niya na nagtapos sa University of the Philippines. At ganun din naman sa akin, kahit papano, napag-aral niya ako sa magagaling na institusyon. Tinaguyod niya ang kanyang business ng halos 40 years. Siya ang isa sa mga unang indie filmmakers, sapagkat dati merong LBM, may Premiere, may Sampaguita. Pero sila nila Dolphy naglakas loob. So ang unang artista ni FPJ ay si Dolphy. Sila ay nagtutulungan eh. Kasi Dolphy, artista naman ang tatay ni FPJ, no, ni Fernando Poe Sr. So, lahat yung nakita ko, ipagtulong nila sa Mobile Fund, si Dolphy, si Erap at si FPJ, ang bumuo nun, at kung ano-ano pa. So, nung ako iniyaya na mag-MTRCB, ang una kong reaction, pwede ba? Ayoko yan. Unang-una, kontrabida ang dating ko dyan. Dahil lahat na naging MTRCB head, sobrang matatapang. Ayoko ng ganun eh, not very confrontative eh. Pero naisip ko, nung umuwi ako noon, nag-usap kami ng mga ko, teka muna, sa lahat naman ng sitwasyon, maaayos mo yun eh, to the way you want it to be. For example, if I'm given the MTRCB, what are my complaints about the past MTRCB? So ni-recall ko yun, and what can I do to make it better? So that's exactly from where I came from. So in the MTRCB, what we did, together with the board members, again, it's not just me, but divided into committees, we formed the standardized advisory for all free TV shows, which you see before each TV. And you know how that came about? It came about because sabi ko, teka muna, malayo pa lang pag nakita mo yung Golden Arches, alam mo McDonald's na yan. Pag nakita mo si B, alam mo si Jollibee. Pag narinig mo yung sound, alam mo Intel, alam mo NBC. So sabi ko, dapat merong uniform sound, merong uniform font, marketing standpoint. So gumawa ng MTRCB, I guess, advisory sound, music, the Dawn pa yan, ha? Hindi lang yan basta-basta. Isa sa mga singers at players ng The Dawn, I forget his name, Reyes, right? Anyway, sorry. Basta isa yan. Tapos ang gumawa nun, talagang magaling talaga sa post-production. So yun ang ginawa namin. Second na ginawa namin sa MTRCB, lahat ng mga booths ngayon, marami na kaming nahuhuli nagpapalabas ng mga porno o kaya mga hindi dapat. Kasi alam mo ba, may nagreklamo sa akin. Ang pangalan niya Lisa Periquet. Isa sa mga board members ng National Museum. Na meron minsan na merong article na nagsabi, isang tourist bus na mga turistang laman, nagyayabang yung driver, nagpalabas ng mga porno. Diba? Parang it's more fun in the Philippines, hindi na bagay yan para sa atin, hindi tama yung ganyang imahe. So yun talaga yung nag-umpisa nun. So talaga nagkampanya kami, pinunta namin yung mga buses kasama. Una muna ni Chairman Lalusas, later on ni Chairman Jacob ng LTFRB, kausap namin si Francis Tolentino ng MMDA. So ngayon, marami nang nahuhuli at saka kasama ng commuters protection, meron na silang mga USB na nilalagay na pre-programmed content for buses. Not all, but eventually that will take on. Isa pang ginawa namin aside from that is gender sensitivity. Paano yon? Iniimbita namin ang mga head writers ng mga shows, Pinoy Big Brother, lahat ng mga shows na ganyan, para kausapin sila at sabihin kung gaano ka-importante pahalagahan ang karapatan ng kababaihan. Magtataka kayo na ang mga head writers ng mga show na to, na minsan ay nirereklamo dahil nga sa mga biased gender issues, mga babae rin. So minsan ang mga babae nag-aapi sa sarili natin. Okay. Ano pang ginawa namin sa MPRCB? Ano pa ba, sir?
Child Summit.
Nagkaroon kami ng Child Summit dahil maraming artista sa showbiz na kailangan ipagpatuloy ang kanilang pag-iipon. Kaya ngayon, 30% ng kanilang kinikita dapat talaga mapunta sa isang trust account. Ang magandang format niyan, Star Magic. Sila talaga through Mr. M, forced savings. Ang yayaman ng mga yan ngayon. Nakakapagpatayo ng bahay. Di sana kung panahon ni FPJ, lahat ng child stars na lumabas sa kanya, napangalagaan ng gano'n ng batasan. Kaya si Nino Mulak hanggang ngayon mayaman pa rin. Dahil yung tatay niya mismo ang may inisyatibo na magsubi ng pera. Kasi gano'n naman sa showbiz buhos-buhos ang project. Tapos pagkaraan ng ilang taon, old news ka na, malungkot. Emotionally, financially, malungkot yun sa isang tao. Kaya maraming mga artista sa showbiz na mga bata ang lumalaking may hang-up. Diba? So, yun. Si Aiza Seguera, matalino, showbiz star. Pero sinabi niya, she went through hard times also. That's why Aiza Seguera was a speaker, Nino Mulak, Sheryl Cruz, Roderick Paulates, Councilor of Quezon City, Raver Cruz, who started out as a child star, and something Domingo. Robbie Domingo. Cute. So lahat yan, nagsalita din sa aming Child Summit. Nag-open kami doon, ang isang violinist na bata na lumabas dun sa indie film na Boses, ang nag-open ng Child Summit na yan. Napakahalaga talaga. Alam niyo bakit nakatuto kami sa mga bata sa MPRCB? Kasi kayo naman pwede kayo mag-download kung ano gusto niyong panoorin . Di ba yung Muslim Innocence of Muslim na yun, sakit-sakit ng ulo. Dina-download lang yon. Pero, sa TV, kailangan pangalagaan natin yung pinapalabas at sa pelikula. Kasi alam niyo po, 34% ng populasyon natin ngayon ay mga batang 0 to 14 years of age. So, out of 103 million total number of Filipinos, kung 34%, malaki-laki yan. Halos 40 million siguro, mga ganun. Sorry yung math ko masama. Mga ganun. Can you imagine kung mahina yung lalaki o yung values niya hindi intact? Anong kinabukasan natin? Kaya nga, isa sa mga gusto ko talagang gawin, at alam ko magagawa natin ito, magkaroon ng national standardized feeding program sa lahat ng pampublikong paaralan. Kasi alam mo, huwag natin mamaliitin yan. Nung panahon nung dating nakaupong Pangulo, nagbenta sila ng overpriced na noodles sa Mindanao na walang sustansya. Nung panahon nung dekada 70s, meron tinatawag na Nutri-Buns. Diba? Yung Nutri-Buns na yon, simple lang na pagkain yon, pero nakakabusog. Ngayon naman, mas high-tech na ang mga pabrika natin. Na with the help of the Department of Health and Nutritionists, we can come up with something that can sustain our kids. Can you imagine kung gaano kalaking kabawasan yan sa mga magulang na alam nila pagpasok ng anak nila may pagkain na magkano lang ba yon? Kung iisipin natin, mapupunta yan sa kinabukasan. Kung may conditional cash transfer program, ito talaga mapupunta sa tiyan ng mga bata. Tapos, katulad nila in Michelle Obama, pwede naman tayo mag-organic farming ng kamote. Ano ba yung mga pinapakuluan? Kamote tops ba yun? Para gawing juice? Talbos ng kamote para gawing juice? I mean, things like that. You just really have to push for it. Nobody wanted to have a standardized advisory in the MPRCB. Sinasabi nila sa amin, you know how much it will cost for the network to show that? That's 15 seconds. And how much is 15 seconds in terms of their returns for advertising? That's about 200,000 pesos. Every time we show that thing. Pero wala sila magagawa because we said this is for the good of the people. You just have to really push for it. So that's one of the things that I want to implement, if ever. Hopefully Senator Cheese will help me there. Kukulitin ko naman siya. And siya pa, masyadong doting father yan sa mga anak niya. At alam mo naman, ang bata, sabi nga nila, ang batang kumakalamat siya, hindi nare-retain yung kanilang natututunan. So isa pa, syempre yung electoral reforms, dapat tuloy-tuloy dyan, yung budget sa COMELEC. At pangalawa, opportunities for all, particularly for children and their mothers. Alam niyo po, marami na ngayong mga kababaihan ang nagtatrabaho sa labas ng bahay. Meaning, hindi lang tayo sa bahay bilang isang ginang o nanay. Nagtatrabaho sa call centers, nagtatrabaho sa pabrika. Sino nagbabantay ng kanilang anak? Kamag-anak nila na wala namang training o kaya kapitbahay. So maraming na-abduct, maraming child abuse. Kinakailangan may standardized daycare centers na sa mga kumpanya na may lagpas, let's say, 200 empleyado. At bigyan sila ng tax incentives kung kukuha sila ng mga accredited practitioners to man the daycare centers. Second, meron ng batas ngayon na nagsasabi lahat ng government agencies dapat may daycare centers. Hindi po ba? Pero hindi yan ini-implement. Alam namin yan, kahit sa MTRCB, hindi nga dahil hindi nga din namin alam. And part of the job of people in the Senate and in Congress is oversight. So before you release the budget of an agency, you ask pertinent laws that they're supposed to be complying with. So lahat po yan, pwede natin tanungin, meron na ba kayong daycare centers? Ilan ang empleyado nyo? Ilan ang babae? Ilan ang nag-maternity leave ng mga babae? Ilan ang nag-paternity leave ng mga tatay? So lahat yan. So anyway, alam ko marami pa kayong gagawin siguro ngayong gabi. Maraming salamat po sa oras ninyo at maraming salamat na binigyan ninyo ako ng pagkakataon na pakinggan. Magandang gabi po.
Actually, we were gonna ask if it's okay if we could ask you some questions.
Sure, you can ask any question if you have any questions.
Mike, there's a mic in the back and there's questions.
Hindi counted yung mga MPRCB na nagtatanong-tanong para may magtatanong.
Thank you.
So, to be clear talaga, you'll be running for Senator. Tama po ko.
Yes, I'm so glad that you asked that kasi baka marami pa nagtatanong. Opo, for Senator po.
Okay. Yun lang po ang tanong ko.
Salamat po. Ako po ay isang independent na kandidatong tatakbo for Senator. Nandun po ako sa koalisyon ng ating Pangulo. Inimbitahan din po ako ng una at ng Makabayan Party List. Kami lang po ni Senator Cheese ang independent sa koalisyon.